Bitcoin is dumping right now, and this is happening while Bitcoin is trading in the weekend, so we're creating one gigantic CME gap. As well, I will be talking about the price action of Bitcoin. I will talk about the big levels of support below us, the big important patterns we're currently creating. I will give an update on my very important trade because I will be adding more margin. And in this exact video, I will show you my strategy, how I will be doing that, and much more important stuff, because next week we're going to have a very important week because we will have the CPI data, we will have the FOMC meeting, and if we're looking about where the inflation is going to come in at, it looks to be it's going to come in somewhere around 4%. So that will be a drop by 0.8%, and after that we will have the FOMC meeting, and in that Fed meeting we will probably see the first pause of the Fed since the rate hikes started. So make sure to watch this video till the end. It's going to be very important. Can we once again snap up the likes back above 500? That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So what we can currently see here on the imminent short term, Bitcoin is dumping towards the downside quite significantly, and this move towards the downside basically started somewhere in the weekend, and that means that we're currently creating a CME gap. A Bitcoin CME close was somewhere around 26.5k. Also really depends where Bitcoin is going to close the weekend, of course, but we could be generating a gigantic CME gap right here. Of course, usually once Bitcoin dumps over the course of the weekend, we either tends to see a pump on the Monday or in the Tuesday or Wednesday, so make sure to get ready for that. That is also what I'm preparing for. Of course, Bitcoin could dump most certainly very much lower, but if we're looking across all markets, we can actually see that Bitcoin is doing quite well here, because Bitcoin is down 3.6%, Ethereum down 5%, BNB down 10%, and Cardano down 24%, and so there are already more than 4 or 5 coins down over 20% in just the top 20 of crypto. So it's a big red day today. So yeah, that's why it's always very important, especially in bear market recovery phases, to have the main money in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as soon as Bitcoin and Ethereum approach new all-time highs, that is the point where I would really start to scale in towards altcoins. So be aware, just like Bitcoin, altcoins could also still suffer more towards the downside. If I'm looking at Bitcoin right now here on the imminent short term, it looks to be that we're continuing the downtrend. We continue to set lower highs, and also we are continuing the lower trend as well. So far, of course, we've not created a lower low. Though what we can currently see here is that the tops from the highs are getting more exponential towards the downside, while the lows are getting less exponential, what means that we're creating somewhat of a falling wedge pattern here. You can clearly see it here on the 4 hourly time frame. Bitcoin is currently once again approaching this very important support line. You can see it as well on the daily time frame. I've been talking about this pattern for quite a while right now here. This is definitely still a bullish bias pattern, but we are currently, of course, retesting very important support, and there's always a chance we're, of course, going to be breaking down. And if we do break down, what are the big levels of support below us? I've been saying it for quite a while right now. 25.6k, the level that we're currently trading on, is big support, but you can clearly see this range right here below us that we have not tested so far here. And let me make it a little bit more clear. This range between 24.5k and 25.5k is a very important range of support. And if Bitcoin is going to be approaching this level, I am expecting there's going to be a lot of support found around this level. Of course, Bitcoin can fall all the way down to $24,000, and I will continue to stay long here because I've said this for quite a while already. Currently, I'm in a 2% loss on my trade. No big deal at all, because what my strategy is here is to add more margin as Bitcoin continues to go down. And I have said it several times before, I am still expecting Bitcoin could come down to $24,000, and I will personally keep continuing to add more margin towards this trade as Bitcoin goes down. Of course, if Bitcoin goes down below $23,000, I'm going to start worrying, but as long as we are above $24,000, I just see it as a perfect retest of this entire range right here, what I think is a very good opportunity to long Bitcoin. So I will keep continuing to add more margin towards my trade. So if you're interested in following my journey and for me to be building up my $1 million Bitcoin position, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Currently, it's a 136k position, and I am planning to be building up $1 million position. But of course, I'm only going to be adding more margin if Bitcoin goes lower. I am really waiting for some targets, 24.8k, 25.2k, and if Bitcoin is going to start hitting these levels, I'm going to start adding significantly more margin, what will also make my trade bigger and my average entry price lower. So if you're interested in following this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because I will keep you guys exactly up to date what I will be doing with my trade here. I will give you guys a brief update every single video, so you can follow my journey and you can follow my approach on how I swing trade the market. And if you're interested in trading yourself, don't forget to go to BitGet in the link description, because BitGet allows you to trade without VPN, without KYC, and you can get actually a free $15 by signing up an account. And if you are interested in trading with larger amounts, you can also claim a deposit bonus up to $50,000. So that is only valid if you sign up an account using the link in the description. So go to the link in the description. If you're interested in trading, go to BitGet and set up your account right now. Furthermore, if we are looking at the price section of Bitcoin, we can see that we're still creating that daily bull flag, and that we're so far still holding on towards that support. At the same time, I've been talking about this level for quite a long time. Right now here you can see the upward sloping support line that's going to come in somewhere around $25,000, and the horizontal level that's also going to come in around $25,000. So there's still a massive amount of support below us, and that is definitely a thing I'm not worried about. If I'm looking to the economic calendar events, we can currently see that next week is going to be a very busy week here, because next week we will first have the CPI data come out on the market. That will probably spice up the volatility already, and just the day after we are going to have the FOMC meeting. What is also going to be very important, because always on the FOMC meeting, Bitcoin and just assets in general are extremely volatile. So the market is actually expecting that we're going to see a rate pause. That's a 70% likelihood. Of course, this could change depending on where the inflation is going to come in at. So it looks to be that we're probably going to see a pause in the rate hikes for the Fed. It's also going to be very important what Jerome Powell is going to say on that Wednesday meeting. So just stay up to date. I will be live streaming it, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if I will be looking at the inflation data that's literally going to get released in 3 days from now on, we do see that the consensus and the forecasts are around 4.1 to 4.3%, what means that inflation is going to drop by approximately 0.6 to 0.8%. What is a significant decreasement in inflation? And actually for the next month of July, we're expecting also that inflation is going to jump back towards 3%. And I am actually expecting that the Fed could start to cut the rates, since the banking pressure is becoming so high and inflation is dropping so quickly. They could start to drop their rates again here. And if we're looking at the forecast when this is going to be happening, it's probably going to be somewhere at the end of this year. So we're going to be waiting for that, but that's going to be very interesting. So next week is going to be a very volatile week here. I will be live streaming both inflation data and the FOMC meeting, so subscribe to the channel to stay up to date about that, because in those streams I will also do some live trading. Furthermore, we can see that Bitcoin is still creating that cup and handle pattern. I mean, nothing is really changing here. Bitcoin is still in a valid cup and handle pattern, and once it breaks out here, the price target is absolutely shocking towards 53,000 US dollars. If I am looking at the Bitcoin dominance, we are exactly breaking bullish, like I've been saying in yesterday's video here. We are right now breaking above that 48.5% region, this top side right here, and we're actually sitting on 49.2 here, and my expected target for the Bitcoin dominance is 52%. So this is what I will be aiming for. We can see that altcoins are really soft, and I am actually continuing to expect that this is going to be the meta for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general, that altcoins are just going to not do so well. And you can see already Bitcoin season is here. Bitcoin dominance has been moving up crazy ever since September 2022, and I'm actually expecting it's going to continue. So be ready for that. I am also a Bitcoin buyer, not necessarily an altcoin buyer right here. You can see here as well, the Bitcoin price action is creating a very important daily uptrend, and we're about to retest it. We are once again retesting the horizontal neckline, but also trading below the 200 weekly moving average. So it's going to be important to see where the weekly candle is going to close for Bitcoin, because if we break below the 200 weekly moving average, it could be, of course, a very bearish signal for Bitcoin and crypto in general. And also, if I'm looking at the EMA ribbon, we're right now at critical support. So I truly hope we're going to hold on towards the EMA ribbon, because this is very important support for Bitcoin. So that was it for me on today's update video. A lot of information to take in here. Next week is going to be extremely volatile. Well, we are already seeing volatility right now here while we're creating a gigantic CME gap. So get ready for this here, guys. It's going to be an exciting week next week. So get ready for this. It's going to be an exciting week next week here. And of course, keep your eyes wide open on the upcoming CME gap that we're currently going to create. I'm expecting more volatility since the weekend already started with a lot of volatility. I will be expecting to see, of course, a big bounce if this is going to be where Bitcoin is going to consolidate over the course of the weekend. So stay up to date on the channel for that one. I will continue to add more margin towards my trades here if Bitcoin keeps continuing to go down here. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.